Before I start the review, I want to show everyone this. My cool, custom, worn out look minikin. I did this myself. Paint was flaking off the original minikin, I was sick and tired of it, so got some sandpaper to it and I think it turned out pretty cool. What's going on, everyone? Mike the Vapor here, coming again with another review, courtesy of TECC Company, UK Vapor Brands, Pillbox 38, all the same people. They have given me this to review for you, the Tornado NX, which is a starter kit designed for people to get away from their stinky cigarettes. And it's an all-in-one sort of kit, no messing around, and yeah, great little place to start. So let's first of all have a little look at what comes in the box. So it's a big box because it's obviously a whole unit in one. Inside the box we have your user manual, which nobody ever uses, so we'll put that to one side. We have your charging cable in here, which is a micro USB. We've all got a million of them, so we'll just put that back in the box. You then have a set of 2 coils, one of which is in the device for me, obviously. They are 1.6 ohms, and it doesn't tell me what the material is in there, but it looks to me like it's Kanthal and possibly even silica wick, which is a bit old school. Silica wick, and then you get this. Now at first I wondered what the hell this was, thought it might be like a tool of some description, but it's to put on the top so that you don't get pocket crap in the top of your Tornado NX, and it makes a very satisfying noise when you pull it off. This is it then. So this is the device that also comes in the box, the Tornado Nano NX. It's pen style, which is stainless steel throughout except for the drip tip, which is plastic. It has one button, which is on the front here, you can see lights up. It has a charging port on the side, there it is, micro USB. It has an airflow ring here to allow you to choose either 5 holes, 4 holes, 3 holes, 2 holes, 1 hole. But it's just on the one side, so you can swizz it all the way around until you get back to where you want it to be. So that's quite good because it gives you the option of different restrictiveness on the actual vape. So other than that, there's not really a lot to go into. The tank itself unscrews from the base, you whip it upside down, and there's your coil head inside there. So that just press fits into the body. There's no screw or anything along those lines, you just literally press fit it in. And then you fill your tank up with e-liquid up to the rubber bung, and then you whiz this fella upside down, you push it in place, the rubber bung seals the tank, and you close it up, and you flip it upside down, and you just seal the juice, move the other way. Give it a little wipe because I got a bit on the side, and then away you go. So to fill this up, the top unscrews. There we go. Top unscrews there, and you've got little fill holes. I'm not going to tip it too much because it's quite full at the moment. Fairly big openings actually. For the liquids that I'm putting in this, I've not had any issues with actually filling it up. You've then got rubber on the top to seal everything up so that A, it doesn't leak, and B, it doesn't corrode the plastic. So obviously we know that some juices will corrode plastic, and this up here stops that. Screw it back on. And there we go, that's it. Short and sweet. So standard sort of operation, you click it 5 times to turn it off and you'll get your light flashing. That was me turning it off. 5 clicks to turn it back on and the light flashes, and then as you push the button, it flashes and you can hear it going. So I'm going to take a little vape of it, and this is with all 5 air holes wide open. I'm going to do a lung hit first, and then I'm going to tighten it down a little bit in terms of airflow, and then do a mouth tunnel hit. So this is the lung hit. Pretty standard. And we're going to take it down to 2.5 holes. There's your mouth to lung hit. So as I said, this is a setup which is designed for first-time vapors, to get them off the cigarettes and to get them away from smelly, horrible things. And it's a simple setup. There's no bells, no whistles, no frills really with it. It's just a case of fill it up, go, pop it in your pocket. That's that. However, this is one of the better ones that I've seen, because I recently reviewed the iCare 110, if you remember, which was a much thinner style than this, and this feels much more premium. It feels like it's got a much better quality of finish, and it feels like it, I know you're not really supposed to, but it could take a bit of a bump and it could take a bit of a ding and all that kind of stuff. I will talk about the specs of it now. It's top fill, as we're aware, so I've just shown you that there. It's got a 900 milliamp hour battery, which is charged by micro USB, so it's built into that. As far as I'm aware, it is not quick charge. I haven't tested it because I don't really want to, but for a 900 milliamp battery, it's not going to take that long to charge up anyway. 2mm tank up here, which is actually really good, considering this is also the 2mm tank for the Slider Pro that I previously reviewed. So you look at the size difference of the two, and they actually hold the same amount of liquid. I've tested them, which is cool. I don't have a syringe handy though, because it's in the wash at the moment. But yeah, that is a 2mm tank, and it comes with a 1.6 ohm, unsure of the material coil head. So let's have a little talk about the pros and the cons. So first of all, we're going to go pros. So it is slim. It's light enough to not have to notice it in your pocket, but it's heavy enough to feel like it's made of good quality. It's stainless steel all the way through, except for the glass on the window and the plastic on the drip tip. The button has got a very, very good clicky feeling. I gave the iCare 110 to my nan, who's just stopped. Well, she's attempting to stop smoking, and she struggles pushing the button on that, whereas on this, it is a lot easier. So you can hear the clickiness. It's a good quality, proper solid button, and it's also got a little bit of like a curve in it, so your hand finds it when you're stroking the side of it. Airflow is a good little feature as well. I've not seen any of these basic starter kits that have an airflow option on them, which is nice because it gives you that option of different styles of vaping. It doesn't say you have to vape like this. When people are trying to get off the cigarettes, they don't want to be told what they have to do. They want to experiment for themselves and have options, which is cool. Micro USB charging is a good point because it's dead simple. Gone are the days of unscrewing the top and screwing it into an external charger and then plugging it into a USB and waiting for the light to go off and then over tightening it and breaking it. No, none of that with this. Nice, simple, straightforward micro USB. Black, it looks good, looks sleek, it looks like a pen. So I've actually been keeping this in my bag at my new job, and I've been able to quickly whiz it out and go and have a vape without anybody seeing it really or knowing what it is. And yeah, it's just simple. It's just simple and straightforward. This is a cool little feature as well. Never seen one of these before. Just keeps the top clean, and I guess you could also hang it from something because it's actually quite a tight fit. I wouldn't want to risk it being on my belt or anything like that because it might come off, but yeah, I guess you could. Oh, and then you get a satisfying pop when it comes off as well. Let's move on to the cons, or not so much cons, but just things that I think need to change. So first of all, a 900 milliamp battery is not a long time. I haven't actually had to worry too much about charging this, but this is has been a secondary vape for the last few days. So when I've been out, I've been taking with me something like an RX 200, the mini kin I showed you at the start of the video, Predator 228, and this has just been a secondary vape for when I'm not really in a place where I can go outside and blow a big cloud. I can just sort of have a little cheeky bit on the side. So I've not had to worry too much about charging, but 900 milliamps is not a massive amount. If we take into account something like the Predator, if we open this up, I've got two Samsung 25Rs, and if I remember rightly, they're about 2,100 each. 2,100 each, I believe. So obviously for two of those, I know it's a much bigger device, but it's like a fifth the size of these batteries combined. I mean, even if it was just one, it's still a big difference. But anyway, that to me is a bit of a con, and it needs to have a slightly bigger battery life. My other con is the coil heads are too high of a resistance. These need to be 1 ohm. 1.6 is too much. You just don't get that hit like you do with some of the other stick style tanks out there. If these could be made to 1 ohm with stainless steel or something along those lines, maybe, it's going to make it a much better vape. And if this is silica wick in here, which it really does look like, that's old. I haven't seen silica wick for ages. Yes, it's very good and it stops things burning, but it doesn't wick quick enough and it doesn't give you the right sort of flavour. Nowadays, with all this different technology that's around, this just isn't cutting it in terms of coils. The rest of the body and the rest of the design is great, and the finish and the build quality and the price point and everything is fantastic, but it's just not good enough in terms of coils. It's a very easy fix, fortunately, because you can just produce a new type of coil head, bundle it in, and away you go. But other than that, these just aren't, they're not cutting it. They're not cutting it at all. The vape quality on the iCare 110 was better than this. And this is bigger, so in theory it should have a better chance at getting a better vape and a better feeling and a better hit. I'm a 2 to 3 milligram vapor. I put 6 in this, expecting to, get a bit of a hit and stuff. I don't get anything. So for me to even feel something, I had to go up to 12 in this. So it's 4 times what I was using in a normal tank. And I know that the normal tanks are higher power and lower resistance, and they've got special this and special that. But come on, just stick a 1 ohm coil in it. Easy. It's not too much to ask. And fingers crossed the battery has a rating that can go to 1 ohm. It doesn't need to be a massive amount to allow 1 ohm safely. Simple as that. So here's my 30-second review. Gorgeous looking, very well made. Starter kit for people looking to get off the cigarettes. Coils need to be redesigned, but the rest of it is absolutely fantastic. As per usual, I'll be giving this away. I had a bit of an issue with people entering via YouTube lately because people tend to do the majority of their stuff on Twitter. So if you go over to Twitter, I will be putting this video up. So if you retweet that, the competition will run for a week and we can give this away and get somebody a nice new little toy. And hopefully by that point, the coil side of things might have changed. So that's me, Mike the Vapor. Thanks very much for watching. Put my Twitter handle down here, and thank you very much to TECC Company. We'll put their Twitter handle around here somewhere. Go give them a follow. They quite often put up discount codes for things, and with the looming TPD there's quite a lot of deals and offers and all that kind of stuff going on. I know they've got a new juice range on the way, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But give us all a follow. Thanks for watching, and enter the competition, and hopefully we can get this out to you. Thank you very much.